What's up, Michael?
Hi, George.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well. Doing really good.
Awesome.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys. This is episode 2 on our recovery series.
Okay.
You ready to talk about recovery, Coach George?
I guess we're talking about recovery today. If you were with us with our first episode with lovely Jonathan Diggs, hi John, we discussed recovery and how the mindset, how to recover within the mindset. And I thought that was a really good episode.
Yeah, that was good. I think it's something that we don't necessarily touch on as much as is needed.
Yeah,
but it's going on for a lot of people.
Hopefully this episode is just as good.
Hopefully.
John, we're going to see how well Michael does.
Hopefully I can top it.
If you guys haven't seen the first episode, definitely go back and view it. A lot of good stuff. But today we're talking about what specifically?
So more on recovery on our body.
Okay.
And why we need to be doing it. And I think more so we need to be doing it regularly, consistently, and I think you would say before something happens, before there's a problem, so that we can.
So I think everybody knows that there needs to be some sort of soft tissue work being done, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's if you've been to a class, you would know that at times we would bring the foam rollers out, bring the lacrosse balls out, maybe do some band distraction. So I think we're all maybe aware of that.
Yeah.
At least we hope. If not, this is really going to be an interesting episode for you. But you mentioned one thing that I really want to be able to touch on, and that is being able to address soft tissue work before it becomes a problem. And I think a lot of times that's what ends up happening. We end up, whether it's, in my case right now, I'm dealing with a bit of a pissed off low back, right?
Yeah.
So it was after the Battle of the Board, I saw some video footage, some ugly overhead movement. So I wasn't happy, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a promise to myself. So my agreement was I can only work out that day only if I did 20 minutes of mobility the day before. And that worked out fantastic. As a matter of fact, I probably had maybe like one of my best workouts with some deadlifts and deadlifts and bar muscle ups and some sprinting, and it was great. A great workout. And I'm like, man, what did I do? And the only thing that stood out was this new procedure, this new agreement that I had with myself, and it was great. But you miss one day, and then you start, oh, well, I'm actually feeling pretty good, so I really don't need it, Yeah. And then now I find myself in a position where I'm like, wow, yeah, I should have.
Tough lesson to learn.
Yeah.
But it is good to know. I would say that, even you go through that stuff, as well as anybody else. And it was going along well, but then life got in the way, maybe. I know you traveled a little bit, and
well, actually, it was me saying, hey, I'm feeling good, and I don't necessarily need to do that anymore.
Oh.
And so I kind of came off it. So the lesson that I've learned is, even when you're feeling good, right? Even if there's not a existing issue, right, that's nagging, it still would be in my best interest, your best interest to maintain a schedule of regular soft tissue work.
Yeah. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. Like, you should be brushing your teeth every day,
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like brushing your teeth.
It's not an issue, but you should brush your teeth every day, and then that potentially keeps some issues away.
Actually, it is an issue because you wake up in the morning, your breath's funky, so you brush your teeth, right?
You wake up in the morning, you're a little tight, you're a little looser.
So, nonetheless, we can kind of move on from that. I've now kind of went back to my agreement, and I'm working through some things. So,
that's good to share.
Yeah,
I think that's a good lesson for everybody.
I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing, But nonetheless,
appreciate the exposure.
Well, you just figure that you're supposed to be doing these things.
Yeah.
So, if you're not doing any soft tissue work, the problem is we don't address it because we don't think we need it, and then an issue occurs. So I will be the first to tell you that, you pulling that last deadlift off the ground, and there goes your back. It probably necessarily isn't that rep.
Yeah.
It wasn't that 10th rep, or it wasn't that 15th rep. It was probably an accumulative of stress that led to the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah,
right?
That makes complete sense.
So if you're not managing stress, and obviously that's a whole different topic. But if you're not managing your body, you really can't say, oh, it was that one specific deadlift that did it, right?
Yeah. That was just sort of the breaking point.
Yeah.
So how often would you say, like, if somebody who's watching this and they're like, you know what, I think he's probably right. Like, how often would you say to somebody that they should be sort of chipping away at this for themselves? Like, as far as maybe times per week, or amounts of time, or like body parts, or tools that they're using?
Yeah. So I think this comes at a really great time, just because we kicked off this mobility we call it Mobility Metcon on Thursdays with Coach Jen, Coach Jen is, I know you're away and you're enjoying your vacation, but Coach Jen's killing it. She's doing an awesome job. And with that, we just want to be able to introduce some pieces in which we can take from a Thursday mobility class and implement it, whether it's after a workout or before a workout. But more so, I think the big, and what people don't realize is you get the most benefit from stretching post-workout than you do pre-workout, right? I mean, pre-workout, it's more dynamic warm-up. It's not necessarily stretching. You're warming, you're priming the body, but you're not really dialing into any specific intentional soft tissue work during that time.
Yeah, gotcha.
So a lot of that could be done, say, after class, when your body's already, the temperature's already up. You know what you did in the workout, so you may know what you need to hit post workout. Mm-hmm. So post workout for sure.
So that would be a great time to do some stretches, grab a foam roller.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that the foam rolling can probably be a little bit more along the lines of that
in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah. But more static stretches. Because chances are you'll probably be able to get into positions in which you weren't able to get into prior to the workout starting. Cool. And just really honing in and owning those positions, and taking advantage of the current state in which your body's in. So post-workout stretching, and honestly, I don't think there's enough of it being done.
Yeah.
I mean, typically we end the class and we're off to the next thing. And I understand, but if you say, hey, I'm gonna do it at home, chances are it may not get done. So if you can allot, whether it's 5 minutes after class, I know that, and I know that we've been doing our best effort to end class right on time. And I think with that being said, if you can allow, say, maybe 5 minutes once class ends to address some of these issues.
Yeah, I would say most people, and it doesn't go for everybody, but I think most people there's a 5 minute, hangout time, chit chat, kind of, catch your air and, gather yourself why not sit down, start my timer, even next to somebody chatting.
Yeah, grab a cold brew.
Yeah, grab a cold brew. Lots of
nitro cold brew.
Right. Does your gym have nitro cold brew? Ours does.
So with that, just being able to find a 5-minute window, and I really, since we started this Metcon Thursday, we are really looking to make it a priority to get some good soft tissue work post-workout, because I think that's crucial. We say, hey, I'll do it at home, and we know how that goes. And just own the time that the position, the state in which your body's in, and knock out that 5 minutes, right?
Yeah. Is there, if somebody sort of wanted to, I don't know, take it to the next level, but sort of add on to their flexibility, mobility, stretching, and recovery, in addition to Metcon mobility, what other relationships do we have that we could?
Yeah, that's actually a really great point, really great question. We have a great partnership with Christina and Anoma, and they're over at
Tula Girls.
They're over at Tula Yoga, which is right off of South State Street. And with our partnership, you guys that are viewing this, being a member at CrossFit Dover, we have a very unique opportunity, and that is we're able to incorporate one session out of the week. And right now, we're really trying to push that Sunday, because we don't typically do anything on Sunday. Yeah. So a Sunday session at 9 o'clock over at Tula Yoga. And that is, again, off of South State Street. So that's another opportunity that we have to work on, just increasing some length within our tissues, open up structures through some of these joint structures, and just being able to give the much needed attention that our bodies need and deserve. So even though we are pushing Sundays, I do believe that also falls into one class a week. So even if a Sunday doesn't work, and if Wednesday is typically a downtime for you or a day off the gym, hey, pop in on a Wednesday. But you get one class a week for the entire month, and at a very generous cost of $30. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, that is really awesome, because Christina and Anoma, they do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
They're certainly top notch, and they have a high value program. So yeah. Nonetheless, we are going in at a steal, and hopefully we can understand the opportunity that we have there with that partnership with Tula Yoga.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they're both athletes here at CrossFit Dover, and so I think that gives them an added bonus of just having a really unique perspective on what our bodies are going through. And in addition to our body recovering, going back to episode 1 of just sort of that mental recovery and being able to relax in their space when they're guiding those classes. I know that's part of it too.
So we are just about out of time. Thank you for hanging out with us. We are going to be kicking off episode 3 coming up here shortly, so please tune in. And I know we have some coming up this fall that we are really excited about, and we're going to call this Project Level Up. How's that sound?
I like that.
Cool.
Sounds great. Sounds exciting.
Stay tuned, guys. We love you. Have a great day.
See you guys.